purchased their cars from some local dealerships know that they enjoy the added benefit of having their vehicles serviced for free for the first 100,000, 3 years or 5 years through what is called a motor plan. But in hindsight, is the service really free? The thing is, the cost to service your car where you bought it is embedded in the grand purchase price, as it is here in Botswana. One does not have the option to have this embedded benefit removed. This means that they do not have the option to choose where they wish to take their car in for service, which may otherwise be more cost-effective for them. Not only that, but also help support smaller garages to grow within the SME sector. This kind of arrangement was introduced in South Africa, where the country's Competition Commission set forth new guidelines for the automotive aftermarket effective July last year. Additionally, these guidelines give buyers the option to service their vehicles at any independent service provider of their choice, not only where they bought their car. So then, why can't we have the same here? Maybe what's also worth exploring are the other warranties and guarantees that come with a vehicle purchase. Here is consumer rights activist at the consumer watchdog, Richard Harriman.
It's normal practice. It's how things have always worked, and dealerships do this because they make money out of it. And also, a lot of the manufacturers, they want that to happen. They want you to go to a dealership that will look after you for the next 3, 4, 5, 7 years, whatever it might be. So there's some advantage to you in some respects, because you go to a dealership, you form a relationship with that dealership, they get to know you, and they look after you. You don't have to think carefully about where shall I take my car for a service. There's 3 choices, and where shall I take it for all the warranty repairs and so on. So there's some advantage to you for having it all together, but mainly it's just normal practice. It's how things have worked forever, until recently.
So what would it take, or what did it take, as you say, until recently this has changed, for customers to be able to unbundle the service plan or the motor plan from the grand purchase price of their vehicles?
What has happened that's changed recently, is not in Botswana, but changed in South Africa, is there are new rules. Despite what some of the, if you Google it, it's not a law that's changed. The Competition Commission in South Africa that regulates competition issues. We have the Competition and Consumer Authority, they have the Competition Commission in South Africa. They have issued rules which say it's a consumer right now not to have the warranty and the services, not to have the warranty delivered by the same organisation that sold you the car. You can buy from one dealer and have it serviced somewhere else. It also requires, the new rules require, that when you buy that new car, they divide the cost of the car and the cost of the warranty. So you know you're going to spend 300,000 on the car and 50,000 on a warranty, and you can see the difference. So you know where the money's going. The other thing that's changed is you now have the right to use non-standard parts. So if they need to repair something, you don't have to buy that part through the dealer that sold you the car. Now, it sounds all that great, it sounds all very sort of liberating. There are some restrictions though. If you take your car to be serviced, your 6-month-old car to be serviced by some guy on a street corner, you will break the warranty, because it's sort of implied that you've got to take it somewhere legitimate. So you can't just take it anywhere. Now, the challenge we face in Botswana with this is we're a very small community in terms of the number of people that live in Botswana, the number of dealerships we have. If you go to Joburg, you just drive through Joburg and you see car dealerships everywhere. If we ever have this law, this rule, then we might have that choice. That this time I want to have my car serviced in Francistown rather than in Gabs. But it's not the law, it's not a rule here in Botswana yet. But given that it's now a rule in South Africa, who knows? Maybe the Competition and Consumer Authority here will say, that's a good process, that's a good idea, maybe we should adopt it too.
So then what would it take for the Competition and Consumer Authority to have the same happen here? Is it something that needs to happen within our offices, conversations if you will, or a motion that needs to be passed by Parliament?
First of all, I don't speak on behalf of the Competition and Consumer Authority. I know some of the people there. I know a lot of the people there. They're really good people, and they are doing a very good job at enforcing the rules they have and the laws they have. I think what it would really take is public pressure. Pressure from consumers, from you and me, to say, this is what we want. We've seen it in South Africa. Give it a few months, let's see how well it works, and if there are any teething problems, there may be problems with it. Maybe it won't work. But let's find out. But maybe in 6 months' time, we should be saying, consumers should be saying to the Competition and Consumer Authority, look what's happened in South Africa. It's given consumers a lot more freedom and a lot more power. Let's see what happens and then start applying pressure. The authority can't change the law, only Parliament can change the law, but they can set some rules and guidelines. They can say, we are going to interpret the law in such a way that this is what it means. Consumers should now have this right. In the same way that the Competition Commission in South Africa has said, we don't need new laws. We're just interpreting our existing laws this way. And this is what we think the law says consumers should have, this right to shop around. So I think that's what we should adopt, the same approach. Listen and see what happens in South Africa with this. And then if we like it, if it seems to benefit consumers, give it a few months, then we need to start making some moves towards the authority saying, how about it? Take a look.